everyone, and welcome back to another video. So in today's video I'm going to be letting TBR prompt jar choose my November TBR again. So I love doing these videos. I just find it so much more fun to choose my TBR. There are a lot of books that I didn't get to from my last TBR, unfortunately, so hopefully we can get them back onto the TBR. I recently made another jar of all the books that are on my physical TBR, like the name, put them in a jar. Throughout November I will be picking out that as well, but I thought I'd make it so that this video is the TBR prompt jar so that I can try and get some of these books off in a different way. I am in a reading slump, so I'm trying to make reading fun again in different ways. In November I am also pre-filming for Bookmas, because yes, I'm doing Bookmas in December, where I post every single day until Christmas Day. So I am also going to be pre-filming for that, so I am going to be reading like loads of Christmas books and stuff. Obviously I'm not going to put that on the TBR because I haven't really planned it out yet, but also I'd like it to be somewhat a surprise. So let's just get into the TBR and start rambling. Okay, let's pick the first one. I'm gonna shake it a little bit. I probably should have got the other TBR jar of the names just to make it a bit more fun, but it's okay. Okay, first prompt. I haven't added any new ones in, so we might get similar from last time. I can't remember what ones we got. A small town romance. Okay, yeah, I'm sorry you can't see my book cart again. Unfortunately, my ring light's still broken and the situation just isn't the best right now in my room. So, okay, small town romance. I don't think I have any on my actual TBR anymore, as far as I know. I can't really move my TBR because I have books stacked on top. Whoa, okay, books are going everywhere. Oh no, I don't know if I have any that's set in a small town. In my small town bookstore, I'm surrounded by books, boyfriends, but I've never had one in real life. Okay, perfect. Okay, so I'm going to go with The Wrong Mr. Right. This one does seem more summery, but at this point, yes, I would like fall or like Christmassy books, but I'm trying to get as many books off my TBR as possible before the year ends. So at this point, I'm not really like picky about the topic. Also, I do love small town, and it says in my small town bookstore, so it just proves that's a small town, and I don't think I really have any other options as far as I can see. So this is going to be the first book that I add onto my TBR, and I have read Stephanie Archer before. I read Behind the Net and The Fake Out, and I really enjoyed those, so I do feel like I'm really going to enjoy this one as well. Okay, let's choose another one. A book with a number in the title. I'm pretty sure we got this one last time. Okay, obviously we have the Atlas 6, which I still have not read. I really want to get this read before the end of the year, but whether that's going to happen or not, I really don't know at this point, because I just keep putting it off, and I think it's just because I generally am so intimidated by it. And I think it's because I've heard controversial things about it, and it looks, and I'm pretty sure I've heard people say that it's quite like a dense fantasy, and I struggle with like easy fantasy, so I don't know, I am very intimidated by this one. I don't know if I have any more with a number in the title. I'm gonna quickly look. Okay, and we still have One Dark Window. So both options that I had last time, I still have by the looks of it. I don't think I have any more. I could be missing some, but I'm going to choose out of these two. Now, do I want to be not so nice to myself, or do I want to be nice to myself? Because this I really do want to get to, but because it's for a video and I'm just not like really filming or anything currently, I'm really finding it hard to get motivated and stuff. But I am obviously, I'm doing Bookmas, I'm trying to get back into like the filming and everything. I kind of don't have any choice because I really want to do Bookmas. I've been doing it for the past 2 years. This will be my 3rd year now, I believe. So like I really want to read this, and hopefully I could get that video up then, although I've got to read another book for it as well. But you know what, it's more logical if I do this one. I'm hoping to still get to this one anyway, and maybe I can add this onto my TBR some other way. I'm going to go with One Dark Window, as I am in a reading slump. I don't want to force myself to read things that I'm not really in the mood for, so this is the one we're going to add onto my TBR again, and hopefully I can actually get to it this time. And it's perfect for fall, so I would like to read it in fall. Okay, next prompt. Let's try and get like to the bottom. Oh, I've took loads of prompts out. I feel like we're getting the same prompts from last time. This one says someone else picks. Okay, so I need to either get my mom or my sister. I might ask my sister. Okay, give me a sec. Okay, so my sister chose a book for me. She didn't want to be on camera because she's getting ready for Halloween, because I am filming this on Halloween. But she chose The X Talk. I'm so glad she chose this one because this one has been on my TBR for so long. At this point, it just needs to get off my physical TBR and go onto my red books, okay? Because I don't know what it is. I did start this one, I think it was about a year ago-ish, and I just soft like DNF'd it at the time because it just weren't the time for me to read it. I just weren't really in the mood. So, very excited about this one. This one is about like a podcast, type of podcast. I think the you were on the podcast or maybe like enemies or something. I'm not too sure. I just know it's about a podcast and I'm very excited to read this one. So I'm glad that one is on my TBR. Next prompt. See, I want to try and get to like the bottom of all of them because I can't really get into this jar properly. Okay, next one is a romance book. So I can choose any romance book that is on my TBR. Now I do have obviously quite a few options because romance is one of my main genres that I read. I think I'm going to lean more towards, I was gonna say I'm gonna go with this one, but I don't know if I want to go with that one. I'm gonna go with Consider Me. This one I've been wanting to read for a while. I've heard amazing things about it, and this one does kind of give off like wintry vibes. I don't know if it's the cover or because it's like sports romance. Yeah, hockey, I believe so. That just gives off winter vibe. Yeah, it's not quite winter yet. I'd like to read this because of a Pacific video that I'm filming and I would like to be able to add this onto there. And I have been wanting to read this series for a while and I am very excited for it. So I'm not too sure what it's about. I just know that it's kind of sports. That's all I really know. Add that one onto the TBR. So we have 4 books. I'm probably not going to choose too many this month as I'm just not reading my TBR that well currently. How many do I normally choose? 10? I think. I don't know. I'm just going to go with the vibes here. Okay. Oh no. Next prompt is ugly cover. See, this is just a really harsh prompt and I know I'll put it in there. Okay. I don't know if I have a book with an ugly cover or what I would consider an ugly cover. You know what? I do think I have one actually. Okay. So I'm going to go with The Cousins. This is a mystery thriller type thing. It has been on my TBR too many times. It just needs to be read. I'm going to consider this an ugly cover only because it's like plain to all the other ones that I have. There's not really like much to it. So this is the one that's going to be for that one. Don't know too much about this. I think I have read the synopsis before. Until it falls apart, the 4 children are suddenly dropped by their mother with a single sentence: "You know what you did." They never hear from her again. As later when cousins Aubrey, Millie and Jonah's story receive a mystery invitation to spend the summer at their grandmother's resort, they have no choice but to follow their custody and meet the woman who's been such an enigma their entire lives. The teenagers determined to discover the truth, but some secrets are better left alone. So yeah, this one does sound really interesting. I don't know why I just won't pick it up. I think it's because I have like read One of Us is Lying by this author and it's not terrible, but like I did get bored, so like this it is putting me off a bit. Just like I haven't read the second book in series, which is One of Us is Next, which I would like to also get to just because of that reason. It would be nice to have a mystery thriller onto the series, onto the TBR, as well as I have 3 romance and 1 fantasy. So mix it up a bit. Okay. We have 5 books. I might go with 8 maybe. Okay, next one, a book with a great first sentence. We definitely did have this one last time. I can't remember what book I put on for this one though. So this is kind of like just anything I feel. Okay, so let's maybe The Ashes and the Star-Cursed King. I would like to read this one before the year ends as I read the first book. The king knew in this moment that his greatest love would be also in his ruination, and that both would come in the unlikely form of a young human woman. Okay, that one sounds really interesting. Oh, I know what one I think I'm going to go with. Maybe let's try Exodus. I need to have some motivation to pick this one up. So this is like, although it's part 2, so am I going to spoil it? Okay, You're the Frenchman. That's what it starts off with. Okay, that is really intriguing. If you've read the first book, then you know. So that is a possible option. And then maybe City of Glass. I've bent this one a bit. Cold snap of the previous week was over. The sun was shining brightly as Clary hurried across Luke's dusty front yard, the hood of the jacket up to keep her hair from blowing across her face. Okay, yeah, that one doesn't really sound like gripping. Obviously, I do really want to read this one because I am really enjoying the series. But like, this one isn't a great first sentence. I think the ones I've read, this one is the great first sentence. So I might add this one onto the TBR because I do want to continue with the series. This is the last book, so I'd like to finish it before the year ends. Okay, I now have 6. So yeah, I might do 8. I've done 8 before, but hopefully I can get most of these read as that is my goal anyway. Nature on the cover. I don't know if I have any. Wait, I do. Perfect. Exodus. We'll put this on the TBR because if you look closely, it has trees. You can see it better on the 3rd book. This one has nature. Does I just want to check if this one does. Okay, it doesn't seem to have no flowers as nature, so I could go with this. I don't know. Do I want to read Daisy Heights or do I want to read Exodus? Well, obviously I want to read them both. Okay, I think I'm going to go with Exodus as this is the one as the first book has made me intrigued to continue. So Exodus it is. And then one more prompt. How exciting. I'm going to try and get to the bottom. Okay, the last prompt is recommended to me. Okay, so pretty much all of the books on my TBR was recommended to me in some way, whether it was from like booktubers or a booktube friend or, you know, anything like that. Like Instagram, like, to be honest, I'm going to class this as like any recommendation, and that is pretty much any of the books on my TBR, if I'm being completely honest. So let me have a look, see if there was one that was actually specifically recommended. You know what, I've got a perfect one for this, but I can't get it out. Having a fight. Okay, I'm back. Okay, so the perfect one for this is The Institute by Stephen King. This one wasn't, well, it was recommended to me because on my live sprints I was saying that I want to read Stephen King, get into Stephen King books and everything, and this one wasn't specifically recommended to me, but Stephen King in general had been recommended to me. So I think I'm going to go with this one has been on my TBR. I've been saying I'm going to read it for a while. I know. I would like to obviously read it. I'm very intimidated by it. But I have heard amazing things about Stephen King, obviously. So this is the book that I would like to start. Okay, oh my gosh. This TBR is like so pretty. Okay, so these are all the books that are on my November TBR. I'm going to go through them individually. Okay, so we have The Institute, Exeter, The Ashes and the Star-Cursed King, The Cousins, Consider Me, The X-Tour, One Dark Window, and The Wrong Mr. Right. So those are all the books that are on my November TBR. I am hoping to get through, like I said, most of my physical TBR. I don't know what videos will come in this month reading vlog wise. Well, I know what one is, but whether these will be in reading vlogs, I don't know. I'm not going to promise. Either way, thank you all so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. Please remember to like and subscribe and comment this emoji if you watched until the end. Thank you all again, and I hope to see you in my next one. Bye.